All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Conrad. Today's a super exciting day. We're going to pick up my new 4th gen Tacoma. If you didn't know already, you can always look back on our old videos. I used to have a 3rd gen Tacoma, all off-road and overlanded out. You can obviously take a look at some of those videos and see what we were able to document before we got rid of it. It went off to a new home. Great owner, super cool dude. I look forward to hopefully seeing that truck again. But more importantly, today is my first new truck, the 4th gen Tacoma. Now, if you are an owner, will be an owner, or just want to interact with some owners and ask questions, check out our forum, 4gtaco.com. Doesn't get any easier. We'll even send you a free decal pack. We'll put a link in the description as well. Please check us out there and come hang out. So, we are about to hop in the car. We're going to my local dealership. Well, not local, local enough. It is Schaumburg Toyota. They actually gave me a pretty good deal on everything. And I'm gonna go over the experience of, I guess, buying one and the process and even the negotiation and invoice prices and all of that, right? My first impressions. I've actually never driven, well, I drove one. I drove TRD John's, but it was not a hybrid, and this one is. So this is my first time. You guys are gonna get a lot of raw reactions here, but you know, without further ado, some people tell me that I need to cut to the chase. So let's jump in the car here. We'll obviously talk through everything. We'll shoot what we can at the dealer, and hopefully this is the beginning of a really epic build. Follow along. This is it. Big day. The time is now. Got the key. The truck is here. Bronze Oxide looks so good in person. I'm really, really excited. So maybe let's do a quick walk around. This is my first time seeing this truck. Nice and shiny. It was supposed to be unwrapped and not washed, but whatever. We're not gonna hold it against them. But yeah, let's run through this thing real quick before I go sign some paperwork. Okay, so this is what is probably going to be called the last of the 2024s. I literally missed the build date for this being a 25 by probably like 25 vehicles. I don't think I talked about this very much yet. This is a 2024 Bronze Oxide TRD off-road premium. So this was the exact color, the exact spec, the package that I was looking for. It's gonna be a really good base for building the ultimate off-road and overland rig, ultimately on some 37s, I think is the goal here. But yeah, I mean, I know you guys have seen a lot of these, so I don't really wanna be like, oh, it's the new Tacoma. I mean, I'm excited, right? But you know, we've seen these. The hybrid is probably the most exciting part. So this is a 24 Bronze Oxide off-road premium hybrid. So I had to get the power. The power was a big thing for me. I'm not too concerned about reliability and everything, although we'll touch on that later, but oh, iconic. How I missed that Toyota beep. Looks like we got some black door handle covers. All right, we'll take it. There's some OEM Predator steps. I tried to get this stuff removed, but I couldn't. And then we have the black Tacoma tailgate letters. Look at that. Man, I've never had a truck this nice. I hope the camera's picking this up. I know the light isn't the greatest. We'll obviously do a better walk around outside, but it's got everything. I think the only thing it doesn't have is the sway bar disconnect. So outside of sway bar disconnect, look at that. You can see the hybrid battery is in there, to my knowledge. Oh, there's my other accessory, some all-weather Toyota floor mats. Accounted for about another $700, $800 of the price. So if you guys catch one of these vehicles early enough, you are able to not get those things. So look at that soft text leather. Ooh, baby. Let's go. Huge screen, sunroof. But yeah, the only thing we don't have is the sway bar disconnect and maybe some little teeny tiny dinky thing that probably doesn't even matter that much. Oh, it's so clean. It's never gonna be this clean again. Never ever. The shiny frame. Amazing. But yeah, I'm pumped. I actually like those wheels a lot. I was looking at them up close yesterday and they're not bad. Probably one of my more favorite OEM Toyota wheel designs. We're gonna be throwing on some Lock Off-Road Machine Combat wheels real quick. But anyway, this is it. Let's go sign some paperwork. These guys were cool enough to let me shoot in here. They said, no big deal. They're like, take your time, enjoy it. This is your truck. Come see me when you're ready. Bam, iForce Max. Arguably one of the things that I am most excited for. So let's go sign some paperwork. Let's go get our cash, our money, get all the funds straightened out, and yeah, we'll check back in for some first driving impressions. Pretty stoked, guys. This is an exciting moment. Hopefully we'll look back on this video in a few months and marvel at how far it's come. So check back in a second. And that was pretty quick and painless. I'm now the owner of a new Tacoma. We're gonna jump in. This is my first time driving a hybrid. I think I mentioned that before. So we're gonna give you guys kind of first impressions. I did start the truck one time already, but this is effectively going to be the first time. So let's jump in here. Uh-oh, what am I sitting on already? The mic case. All right, let's start this guy up. All right, how many miles we got on here right now? 4 miles. Big ol' infotainment screen. The first time putting it in drive. And we're pulling out of here. We're gonna run to the bank. I owe these guys some money still, but yeah, first driving experiences. Here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna make you guys watch the road here. There's nothing really exciting going on in Schaumburg, Toyota. But immediate first impressions, I mean, it's a brand new car. What are you gonna complain about? Yeah, we'll go the other way. Nothing to complain about. Bottom line, like I mentioned, we got the off-road premium. So that was a big deal for me, getting all the nice, the fixings and the trim stuff. Heated, cooled seats, everything. We'll obviously go through it in a little bit more detail. We're gonna, once we get this money back, we're going to go back to the dealership, and then Cameron is going to give us an official walkthrough. We're just gonna go get our money right, and then we're gonna do a quick walk around video so you guys can see all the little things that aren't as obvious, that even I don't know, this being a brand new truck. But right off the bat, the brakes are amazing. The brakes are real good. Maybe I have to see about upgrading these to some power brakes in the future like I had on my last truck. But the power, and now everything is obviously electronic throttle, but the power in the hybrid is so far really good, and I have barely given this thing any gas. I'm gonna take it easy for the first 500 miles. I really wanna do good by this truck, so probably no flooring it or anything in the first impressions or the first few hundred miles, unless we're maybe getting on a highway ramp or something. But braking, very good. Suspension, very, very comfortable. I believe the off-roads have that, a better suspension than some of the other lower trims. Obviously not as good as the Foxes that are on the Trail Hunters. I'm sorry, that are on the TRD Pros, or the OME stuff that's on the Trail Hunter. But it's very comfortable. It's definitely more comfortable than a third-gen Tacoma. It is insanely quiet. It is a little strange listening to the 4-cylinder, you know, it kind of chugs along a little bit. But yeah, power right off the bat. Like, I'm barely giving it any gas. 335 some odd horses, 465 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, those are numbers that you can't deny. So yeah, first impressions, I love it. I think personally Toyota did an amazing job with the exterior redesign and the interior. It's brought it more up from the budget side of things as the old third gens kind of felt like. Maybe in later years they got a little bit better, but you know, in the 2017 I had cloth seats, no power, no amenities. Not a bad truck. I love my third gen. It was one of the best cars I've ever owned, but obviously the 2024 is a big step up. If you guys haven't seen it, Tinker Design did a cool, or Tinker Studio, I forget, maybe Tinker Design is his company name, but he did a video comparing the third gen to the fourth gen, and if you're still on the fence, I can tell you, you need to go watch that video. Just look up like third gen versus fourth gen Tinker and you'll see it. It's got a lot of views, and he goes through a lot of really important things: track width, suspension travel, the fact that the belly of the car now in the fourth gen is way more tucked up in there, that transfer case cross member or transmission, whatever it might be, I haven't really looked underneath there yet. It's much higher in this new one, so breakover and stuff like that. He goes through all of it. I'm not that technically minded. He is an engineer, so obviously he's the most well suited for that kind of stuff. So go check out that video. But yeah, first impressions as we drive from the dealer to the bank. I mean, they're amazing. I'm super stoked. Like I said, Cameron's gonna give us a little bit more of a detailed view in here and kind of walk us through, you know, even a little removable speaker and any buttons that I might not know. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Right now we're stopped at a light. The engine is off entirely. I don't know if this is like an auto start stop style thing, or if it literally just doesn't turn on until you go past a certain speed because of the hybrid battery. So all things that I'm gonna have to learn over time, but first impressions, awesome. We got the color we wanted, we got the spec we wanted. I think that this color is gonna disappear next year. So this will be the only year, maybe one more, that we see a Bronze Oxide. So might be a good thing for resale as well. But so far so good. We're gonna get this money. We're gonna meet back up with Cameron at the dealership, and we'll give you guys a quick walk around. Stay tuned. All right, so let's resume here. You said start it up, yeah?
All you gotta do is press once, relax, and as soon as it says ready, that means you know you're ready to go and it's on.
Yep.
Now on here, it always does this 1 hour auto shut off, so I always tell people just hit OK. And then worst case scenario, if you forget that you had the vehicle running, because sometimes the engine turns off and it's just electric, this way it'll turn off on its own.
Perfect. Yeah, I've seen that even in the 23 4Runners. We would like run it when we were camping, and after 30 minutes, it just turns off on its own.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know how to work all your windows and mirrors, which is pretty simple stuff. Down here I call this the jellyfish launcher.
Yes.
But this is for your third light at the top to keep it on or off, or just when the doors features open and unlock. You've got 3 auxiliaries that are just empty ports, so you could hook up whatever you want without running a whole new switch.
And the harnesses are in the glove box. I saw. Yep.
Auto dimming high beams, so if you got your if you're driving with your brights on, have this button on. Worst case scenario, you come up over a hill, you're not blinding someone, it automatically dims them down till their rear axle passes your rear axle, then it turns back on to regular or high beams. I always tell people leave it on. Worst case scenario, you're not blinding anybody on accident.
Yeah, it's a cool feature.
You got your traction control button. It's the only time you're ever going to use that to turn off the traction controls if you want to go have fun in the snow.
Sure.
Or if you need to rock it to get out of a spot, then you can spin those tires. This guy here is going to turn on your outlets.
Okay.
Okay, so otherwise no power is going to go to those unless you have that open. Then you got your tailgate button to press and hold. It'll drop the tailgate and bring it back up. You got your gas on this side now, just like every other Toyota. But this is the first time that they've had a button for the trucks.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I couldn't figure it out earlier.
You just put your finger and pull it. This is your dimmer switch. The more that you press it, it changes the dimness of your gauge cluster. And then this one here is if you have a heavy load in the back of the truck bed, your headlights are going to be pointing up in the sky.
Right.
So this will level them down.
So that's automatic adjustment?
Yeah.
What about if we're like, let's say we put a lift kit on and stuff, right? Are there still adjustments on the headlights for those, or is it all right here?
It's all right here.
Okay.
But you can angle the headlights.
So you can do both?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know how they have those like 4 or 8 screws that are in there to kind of level it?
Yeah, it still has those.
It still's got all those features.
Just a little bonus
but
there.
This is just electronic leveling. So it's not so much the bulbs or anything changing. I think it's just a lens that's moving to angle the beam.
Yeah, that's one I didn't even know about.
Yeah, it's been on the Tundras for a while, but now we got them on the Tacomas.
Yeah.
Now here's that little panel I was telling you about. This says accessories available in Morse code. And then on the back side, you have a QR code that's going to bring you to a special secret Toyota Tacoma club.
Yes.
And then it's just a blank panel in there. I'm
Okay.
sure that they're
You put
selling
some storage
something
in there.
online. You got to use it for smuggling.
Yeah, right.
And you know how to work windshield wipers and headlights.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
that stuff is pretty
so
self-explanatory.
Let me close this door,
Yep.
and I'm going to go over the steering wheel, and then I'll hop in next to you.
Sure.
So up, down, left, and right is going to change that middle section of
Okay.
the gauge cluster. Now with this it's all customizable now. So it's not just a standard. This is where this, and
You
settings
can move it
is here.
around.
You can put it wherever you want, however way you want it, within reason. Now the tack here and this one, those two will always change depending on the category. So if you go left and right down here, you see the number change to 2 and then to 3.
Yep.
But those side pictures are changing. So you have settings on 3, settings on 2, and then on 1 you have adaptive cruise. Now if you press and hold OK in the middle here on the steering wheel, you can change that to driving support, settings, messages, blank, driving support. You can change it to where you want it, which is nice, because then you don't have to have every menu showing up. You can have blanks across them.
Nice. Yep.
So you got volume for your radio, voice commands for the Bluetooth, left, right, up and down for that tack, your OK button, your back button, and your phone button.
Yep.
Now, if you hit this, it's going to bring you to the phone on the main screen. But there's always multiple ways to get to things. You could always press the phone button on the screen, too.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to swivel this just a hair, just so I can point it out better. Left and right here are going to be through the presets on the radio. Mode is going to cycle through AM, FM, Bluetooth, XM radio, Amazon Music, whatever you have hooked up.
Okay.
The rest of this stuff is pretty much for your cruise control and your lane departure alert. Now, if I press this guy right here, you're turning the cruise control on. And with that cruise control, let me just get to the right screen here. This guy, that's your lane departure. Is that my buttons? Yeah. So see those three?
Yeah,
those
I was
four
messing
lines?
with that earlier.
That's the distance between you and the car in front of you. So max, high, medium, low, medium, and then low distance between you and the car in front of you.
Okay, makes sense.
It's going to keep popping that refuel until we close it. Sorry.
Okay.
Now we're good. So if you're on the highway doing 85 and somebody cuts you off doing 65, it's going to slow you down to 65. It's automatic. But like I tell everyone else, don't have 100% faith in things, because you never know what kind of weather conditions can mess with sensors.
Yeah.
Then we've got lane departure alert. This guy right here, it's going to pop up right there.
Beeps at you a little
And
bit
so,
if you hit the
yeah,
line.
exactly. So above 32 miles an hour and you drift over the lane markers, it's going to beep and guide you back in with steering assist.
Okay.
The old Tacomas didn't have the steering assist because
But they had
it
the
a
beeping,
hydraulic
right?
steering.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it only is working with the electronic steering, which is now.
So this is new, right? The
Yeah, it's
steering
just-
is
the steering's
electronic, is
completely
brand new.
for the Tacomas. They've never had the steering, the adaptive steering, or anything like that, along with the lane centering.
Okay.
Now the lane centering it's in gray, so when you have your cruise control on, it'll center you in the lane.
Got it.
But it's also based off of the car that's in front of you with the line indicator. So if you're following someone that's a swerver, you're going to start swerving too, because it's trying to center you off of their back end.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, just change lanes and you'll be good to go. Turn the cruise control off.
Yep.
Now, we're good on all these buttons.
Yep,
now
that
I'm
all
going to
makes
hop in
sense.
next to you
Yeah,
and we'll
let's do
finish
it.
up the Toyota app and get you hooked up via Bluetooth. And then one other bonus, you see the JBL speaker up there?
Yeah.
Push it down.
Yeah, it pops up.
Pops
Yep, I've
out,
seen
so
that.
it's
It's
a
removable.
mobile one, which is
Yep.
really nice. Yeah.
Very nice. All right, so we're back in here now. What do we got going on
so
here?
right here, this one actually comes with a Toyota first aid kit, which is really nice.
Yep.
You got all your stuff inside.
You got a tourniquet in there?
I don't know if there's a tourniquet.
Probably no tourniquet.
But,
Yeah.
You got, magnifying
Everything but.
glass, tweezers, masks, bandages. You get all that stuff,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Better than nothing.
Even it comes with the little scissors.
There you go.
And then the best part of this is it's got Velcro on the back of the
And I saw it was like
case,
stuck down
so
there.
it sticks right wherever you want it to. Now, here we're gonna do the phone hookup. So
Okay.
you want to grab your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the mic down right here. All right. Got my phone ready to go.
So do me a favor and enter yours into there.
I'm gonna have to just show everybody my password, but what am I doing here? So this is gonna be my phone number?
We gotta put your phone number in there
All
first.
right, I'm not gonna show everybody here my phone number, so. Okay.
Perfect. So when the text comes through, you could ignore it. Just open the Toyota app for now.
Okay.
Get you signed in one more time.
Oh man, it's giving me the.
Might give you a run around for a little bit on this one.
Man, I'm already like forgetting.
Your passwords.
Yeah.
Does it say, type in yes and send it to him. And it'll give you a code. So you want to copy that code. 907. Give it a sec. No, don't hit back.
Oh.
It's probably going to trigger. There we go. Then it'll ask you to scan the QR code. So you would hit add vehicle.
Add vehicle.
And then
It says scan.
we're going to do these first. So you scan the letters and numbers below the barcode. There you go.
Okay.
And then continue. Yep. And then scan. Scan that guy. It's quick.
That was fast.
I mean, it's real quick. All right, and then I kind of take over, but
Okay.
so on here you could add a nickname or whatever you want. Now this you have to create a 6-digit PIN and
Okay.
enter it twice. Most people have been putting all zeros or all ones because if you get disconnected from your phone, it's a quick access link.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you do that
Yeah,
one
we
really
won't
quick
tell-
off camera.
I'll tell everybody what it is. Okay.
All right, so with this vehicle, you get Safety Connect, which is an SOS button that's up here. If you are worst case scenario, you get in an accident, it automatically triggers a dispatcher to come through your speakers, and they're
Okay.
very, very loud.
Okay.
Just in case you got your bell rung, you know.
Sure.
Service Connect connects you with the dealership for up to 10 years. So if you get a service engine light that pops up, we already kind of know what's going on with it. Drive Connect and Remote are kind of one and combined. You get a remote start for 1 year. You can open your vehicle from Japan if you wanted, from the app.
Nice.
Now it works on the key fob as well. You just have to press lock 3 times. So you'll lock, and press and hold lock.
And then auto starts.
Within from like here to the rev there, like 70 feet is your max distance. And then it'll flash the hazards and start the vehicle. Now, after the subscription of 1 year is up, the key might still work.
Okay.
It's not a guaranteed, but it's not a denied thing from Toyota. They say it works, and most of them have been working after the 1 year anyways. Wi-Fi Connect is there for if you work out of your vehicle. If you're not working out of your vehicle for like 100% of the time, the Wi-Fi is not really the strongest feature because you only get 3 gigs for 30 days. You got to go sign up through a cell phone provider first, then link it up with the Toyota
Pay
app
for it, everything.
and
Yeah,
everything
yeah, yeah.
else. Yeah. So I'm assuming you'd probably not want to deal with the Wi-Fi right now, right?
Right. No.
Okay.
No Wi-Fi right now.
So this first one, we're going to accept this, deny that, because you have your insurance. This is all legal mumbo-jumbo that we're skipping through really quick. And it says, congratulations, your setup is all done.
Awesome.
Hit finish mode, and then it'll show us what the app's supposed to look like when you're ready to start it up. Come on, refresh the status. Boom, you got lock, unlock, press and hold to start it.
There we go.
You can check status of your vehicle, tire pressure,
Yeah.
gas, everything. Health is like service records,
Sure.
and then remote would be the remote start. You also get a digital download key. Now I'm going to tell you, you could do that when you get home or something like that. Apparently, it's supposed to make your phone act like a key fob kind of.
Okay.
They didn't ever give us any training.
Interesting.
on that,
Yeah.
so. And then you got service stuff. You could pay for certain items. You could shop Toyota, or if you go to a sporting event or a music, concert or something, and you don't know where you parked, you hit find, and you can zoom into the exact spot that you're parked in, which is really nice.
That's
It
super
scans in and
Yeah.
it locates you exactly where you're at. And then you could also find different dealers or rentals or whatnot.
Sure.
Worst case scenario, you get in a situation that you need that roadside assistance. You can call it right from the app, which is nice. Or you can press the SOS button if you need it. Now we're going to hook up Bluetooth. So we're going to, can you do me a favor and go to your settings? walk you through it. Well, you got the camera. Low. Do you want Apple CarPlay?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll hit connect. Low.
Oh, my Siri might be off, so that's why that's
Yeah.
okay. We can. I know what to do later.
When you
yeah.
go in there to the Siri function,
Mm-hmm.
where it's not just on, you have to click on the one where it says like "Hey Siri." You gotta
Okay.
select
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything will pop up.
Okay.
Now here's that. You got a wireless charging pad down here, which is nice. You can see the green lights down in there. When it
Yeah.
turns amber, that means it's charging. So
Yeah,
some
I already
people's
tested it
phones
out
don't
earlier.
always work
Yeah,
perfectly.
it works through the case.
Yeah,
My third
yeah.
gen one, the little Chi C.
Some
whatever.
of the outer boxes still work.
Okay, yeah.
And those are really thick.
Really thick.
Which
yeah,
is nice.
Yeah, so that's good.
Now, real quick, that's your Apple CarPlay.
Okay.
That's internal integrated navigation,
Okay.
music.
Does this one
phone.
come with navigation?
Well, we have to just reset, but
Okay.
yes.
I know certain models don't have that stuff, right?
Go ahead and turn the truck off. Yeah, most of the vehicles don't come with it, and then turn it back on. You don't even have to hold that long on the button, just so you know.
Literally one
it's
tap.
literally
Okay.
like done.
A touch.
Just push.
Mm-hmm. There's a cover on this, right? Like a
Yeah,
plastic
film,
one?
protective film. Yeah, you have to peel that, this one, and this one off. We're
I
not
think
allowed
there's
to touch
another
it.
little guy down
Oh
there,
yeah,
too.
there's
Yeah.
that one, and I think they peeled this one off already. So,
Yep.
so you have your integrated nav, which you can
Awesome.
say, "Hey Toyota, directions to 1200 East Algonquin Road, Schaumburg, Illinois."
I found 1200 East Algonquin Road. Would you like to go now?
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Calculating route to 1200 East Algonquin Road.
Do you like this interface? Is it pretty user
I
friendly?
like
Is it
it.
pretty responsive?
Yeah, there's another cool one where.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
So we'll just hit end just to
Yeah.
get out of there. But you could also say, "Hey Toyota. Hey Toyota. Tune to FM 95.5.
Tuning to the closest frequency.
Because we're inside of bomb shelter pretty much because all the metal in this building. But you can do that when you're on the go, which is really
Sure.
nice. Or just type it in.
Yeah.
Either one works. And if you like that station, you hit the little heart. If you don't like that station, just hit undo
Got
or
it.
go in here and just clear out the ones that were
Yeah.
standard from the factory.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Apple CarPlay, then you've got navigation interface, you've got your music. You can go into FM, AM, XM. If you want, you go into sources, and then there's even more stuff.
There you go.
Now, jumping down to phone, since it's hooked up for Apple CarPlay, it's like this, but
Obviously, then you get your whole
then
screen
you
in
get
there.
all your
Yeah.
stuff. You get
Yep.
your contacts, your keypad, and your contacts and your keypad are only going to show up when the car's stopped or in park.
Okay.
When you're driving,
Yeah,
it's
just
not going to
safety
show up
stuff,
for
sure.
safety, right?
Mhm.
This one's informational display, so trip information, showing you that area, rolling
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes of how the gas mileage performed. We're going to clear that out because it's a brand new vehicle. You start from scratch, right?
Yep.
So the other one is the vehicle alert. So if there's any need for tire pressure to be adjusted, gas, or service needed, it'll pop up in that area as
Okay.
well. And it'll also have a little triangle exclamation point on your gauge cluster. Then this last one's for settings. You can get into adding new devices, general information, Wi-Fi,
Everything,
navigation.
yeah.
I mean, you can customize as much as you can
Okay.
on there. And then just put it on there. Now, if you go up here, you got half a cheese sandwich or a taco fits up in
Yep.
there, which is really nice. Taco for a
holder.
taco.
Yep.
Then you got your sunroof.
Okay.
You don't have to hold it the whole time.
Yeah, I played with that a little bit earlier too.
Press and hold just and let go. And then you got this is the
Tilt.
vent side. And then on and off with your headlight or with your lights, or just press them individually. You have a home link mirror with 3 garage door openers, or a camera. It's a full digital rear view mirror.
Yeah.
So let's say you load up the truck and you can't see through your back window, or let's say it's snowing pretty heavily or raining and you can't really see. You can flip it to this and watch your own car chases.
Yeah. For sure.
Some people get a little nauseous on it. Some people are okay with it. So
Yeah.
now let's go down here to the shift knob. You got your regular park, reverse, neutral, drive, and your sport shifter, or use it like it's intended when you're going through the mountains to keep it in the lower gears.
Right.
Here you got your electronic parking brake. It will engage and disengage on its own. And if you want to hear what that sounds like, do me a favor and put it in reverse and just listen to outside. That right at the beginning.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
Put it in park and listen. This will make a bigger noise. Did you turn this off?
I didn't.
Put
I
your
don't
foot
know.
on the
I
brake
didn't
for me.
touch it.
Did you hear that?
I heard it. Yeah. You
Does
can
it say park up there?
There you go.
That's your electronic
yeah.
parking brake.
I've heard that.
Okay.
I'm familiar with the noises.
Yeah,
Sure.
so it's on right now, so you're good. The hold mode, what that does is it holds you in place while you're in drive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in a lot of stop and go traffic, sometimes you want to throw it in park or in neutral because you just
Sure.
don't want to hold the brake anymore.
You can just hit
Well,
that.
now you just hit that. But you have to have your seatbelt on for it to work.
Okay.
Down here with your 4-wheel drive, 2 high, 4 low, you can flip it on the go. You just pinch the side button right here and twist it. You'll hear the lockers go in. That means it's engaging. Once it stops flashing on the screen there, it'll stop flashing when you start creeping up a little bit.
Right.
Now you can do that on the go, but I recommend doing it less than 20, 25 miles an hour just for it's better for the gearing.
Sure.
Now 4 low, you have to stop the vehicle, put it in neutral, then put it in 4 low, put it back in drive, then go. Just like your old Tacoma, right?
Yep.
Now with the drive modes, which you twist the knob, you got sport, eco, and normal. So eco, you're telling the computer you're more concerned about gas mileage, so it'll be a little bit sluggish compared to the regular driving. Normal's your normal stuff. And then sport's good for towing and getting up on the highway. It's more of a fluid transition between all the gears, a higher RPMs, more usage out of the full gear, which is nice. Put you back on eco. Then you got your tow haul mode. If you just press it, it'll be ready for it. MTS is your monitoring system for multi-terrain monitoring
select,
system, so you have to be in 4 low for that. Same with your downhill assist and your crawl mode. Sorry, excuse me. You have to be in 4 low for crawl modes, but your downhill assist is good for like when you're going through the mountains and stuff, or if you're parked on a hill.
Yeah.
So it'll slow. You won't have that gear shift where it like knocks it when you put it into gear when you're on an angle.
I saw a video.
It kind of holds you in place.
Yeah, I saw a new video
nice.
from that Tinker guy. I don't know if you saw that. I mentioned that when I was first driving it. He talks about how much better and improved these systems are over the last one.
They're so much nicer now. But also with the downhill assist, when you're going through the mountains, if you put that mode on, it'll keep you in lower gears too, which is nice. Then you got your trailer functions here. So if you press this guy, it's going to ask you, because you could program like 15 to 20 trailers on this. I think there's, it used to be only 5, and then the last training we had, they said, oh, you could put as many as you want in there. Then you have your 360-degree camera.
Yep.
Now with this one, which is really cool, I'm going to turn it off, but you're going to put it in drive, and then we're going to turn it back on, because you get a little bit more of a terrain view.
Yeah.
So we'll turn it off, go ahead and put it in drive for us, but keep your foot on the brake. Now you have all these different functions. So first one, it does like the 360 kind of view. This is your rear view, or your front view. Front view really close to the sides. Rear view close to the sides. Then your regular rear view. Then you have your truck bed view. Okay. And then all of these will change depending on if you got the trailers hooked up or if you want to see how you're doing off-road. This is kind of like your multi-terrain off-road monitor. So you don't need a spotter as much anymore. You can see your angle that you're sitting at and everything, which is nice.
Okay.
And then back to the normal screen. Then down here you have the locking differential, rear differential. So if you get into some aggressive stuff, you can
4
turn
low
that
only.
4 low only on that one too. Then you got 2 speed chargers and your old 12 volt like normal. Now this is your O handle.
Yep.
And then down here you have a little
I saw
hook,
the hook
there, so if there's a purse or a little small bag or something, you could hook it on there. You have your locking glove box, which is nice.
Yep.
Now, underneath your center console here, you got just the felt, sorry. Extra space in there, and they sell different organizers online for these things too. Like I have a 6 splitter or 5 splitter.
Yeah,
in
the
mine,
Salix ones or whatever it is.
Yeah. And you got 2 more blank spots in here too, just in case you ever wanted to add anything in there.
Awesome.
And the last thing that we need to go over is your
Climate controls.
Your climate controls, right. So over here you've got your heated steering wheel, on and off. Over on this side you have your hazard button. And then you got dual climate. So you have your temperature gauge and then passenger's temperature gauge. Now to turn it on, there's 2 ways to turn it on. You either hit the fan, and you have full control over it, or you hit the auto button. Just press it. It's like your home thermostat. Set it and forget it kind of thing. It's like a QVC commercial.
Let me put this thing back in park real
Oh
quick.
yeah, that'd be
All right,
fantastic.
there we go.
Right. So if you wanted a certain temperature and I wanted a different, obviously you could turn it on. You modify your temperature. I like it on low. And then as soon as I get out, you just hit the sync button and you're all linked up to the same as your driver's.
Got it.
Now, off is going to turn it off. Mode is going to be the fan locations. Okay. Circulating the air within the vehicle is this button. Turn it off if it's nice out. Pull it from the outside. Fan speed. Front defroster, rear defroster, and side mirrors, and then your AC button.
Beautiful.
Now, you have heated seats on both sides. You have ventilated seats on both sides. It starts off at maximum, then it goes to medium and low.
Yep.
So heated seats when you bring home a pizza, throw it on there.
Yeah.
And ventilated seats when you bring home a 6-pack.
All right.
Other than that, we're all set. Oh. Little extensions.
Oh, okay.
Which is
I like
nice.
it. Yep. Well, yeah, everything here looks good. I appreciate the walk around. Can we take a quick look at your truck? Let's go. Let's just the fastest walk around ever.
We'll
So
do a quick,
we're all done here, guys. I'll
review.
obviously we'll talk about this some more later, but there's your quick little walk around intro, everything you need to know about your new Tacoma. Let's run over to Cameron's truck and we'll check it out real quick. All right, so now we're walking over. This is Cameron's personal truck.
2019 TRD off-road.
Look at that. Got a little what? Spacer leveling lift kit?
Yeah, 3-inch leveling kit, and with the tires and wheels, it puts it closer to 5.5 inches.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit bigger than a stock one, that's for sure. I like it, dude. OEM plus, man. This is where I think most people usually end up, and this is where I think the truck retains as much of the factory aesthetics as possible. So yeah, this is great, man. Got a little bit of some grill badges, TRD Pro Grill with the white match, Toyota, some black rhinos. We got Mickey Thompson's on there. Got a little bit of ditch lights. Got the rigid ones with the covers on there. And I think we got what? A little shackle hanger down there. Boom.
With the demon hooks.
With the demon hooks. And then I think the last thing was I saw this little hitch step back here, but
You can't pass up your taco.
oh yeah. Taco sauce
And in
only.
the back here, I got a canopy up in the back.
Oh, okay. I see. I used to have that in my third gen when I picked it up. I ended up selling it to somebody. But yeah, man, this looks good. Appreciate everything. I'll just quickly turn this around. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on. I barely know how to use this thing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's recording. Cameron, thank you so much. These guys here at Schaumburg Toyota have been awesome. They worked with me on the price, and we can talk about all that stuff later, how everything there went, what I ended up paying out the door, MSRP invoices, all those things. If you need a truck, you're in the Chicagoland area, these guys are great. They worked with me a lot more than other dealers. So Schaumburg Toyota, Cameron, the truck guy here, especially if you're buying a Tacoma, this guy knows what he's talking about. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I might go over a few things in the next scenes, but that's going to be it here at Schaumburg Toyota. Thanks, Cameron.
Take care, guys.
So this video is already long enough, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time going over this truck anymore, and I'm sure you guys have seen a lot. really what I wanted to do is wrap up by talking about the pricing and what to expect when you deal with a good dealership. So we'll keep this simple. This truck was $57,500. That was the MSRP, the sticker price. And basically, I had two dealerships in the area that had the exact truck I was looking for. And I basically took one to the other and vice versa and said, this is the number I'm looking for. I was kind of targeting about $55,000. That was my kind of top dollar I wanted to pay, even given all the premium stuff. And I got it. Basically, Schaumburg Toyota gave me $2,000 off, which brought the price to $50,500. So if you're curious about can you buy a truck under MSRP, absolutely. There is definitely some wiggle room in the price. From what I can tell, and I think they were pretty transparent about this, the dealer invoice was about $54,000. So what did they want to make on me at the end of the day? About $1,500. And given that these vehicles are still in high demand, I was okay with that. And if you're curious about the demand of the vehicles, they made almost $200,000 and sold almost $200,000 in 2024 alone. So for anybody that's like, Toyota Tacomas aren't going to sell, they're not a good car, 4-cylinder, whatever. I mean, that's not correct. They're selling. People are stoked on them, myself included, even given some of the complaints that people were talking about. But anyway, back to the price. $54,000 is what this dealership, at least on the surface level, from what they were willing to show me, and I think it was transparent, was what this vehicle costs them and the profit they're working in. So again, I was cool with the $1,500. They didn't really want to budge anymore off of that. I didn't want to be a, kind of pain in the backside there and like keep pushing it. So the 55.5 number also included some factory items like the running boards, the black, the black emblems in the tailgate, and I believe it was like all-weather floor mats. So if you catch a vehicle early enough, like if you see this vehicle still in production, these are port installed options. So you might be able to get rid of them. In my case, it accounted for roughly $700 or so. So technically speaking, you can get a TRD off-road premium hybrid 24 and now basically 25 with the right dealership for just under $55,000. And I know that's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not, but I think all things considered, a decent deal. So if you're worried or concerned or thinking about the pricing or, someone's jacking the price up, don't buy from a dealership that's marking up a vehicle unless you absolutely have to have it and you don't care about the increase in price. So out the door, because I couldn't get those extra options removed, which I'm going to sell them. We're going to build this truck, end up selling half the factory parts anyway. But out the door with taxes, and this is going to vary by state, county, everything like that, I was just over $60,000. And I came in with a pre-approval from my credit union, which gave me a $199 financing rate, which is amazing. Toyota usually doesn't run crazy financing offers unless they have a surplus of vehicles. And from what I understand, the Tacoma has been selling very, very well. Regionally, it depends on higher trim versus lower trim. So take that into consideration when you're going in there to negotiate. The dealer might legitimately not need to give you a discount because they can move the car regardless. So 60,000 just over out the door, and I was able not to have a monstrous $1,000+ monthly payment because I was able to recycle a good amount of money from my last truck, plus a little bit of cash down that I had saved up in order to only finance about $12,000 or something like that. And a $199 financing rate, I'm only paying like $300 in interest. So pretty good deal. It was a 3-year term. I did qualify in the prime category for Toyota Financial, and as of right now, I'm sure this varies all the time, but I was approved for a $399 interest rate from Toyota, which also isn't bad. But if you're looking to get the absolute best in interest rates, I suggest you go to a credit union, a solid one, and try to do something like I did. So that just about covers all the pricing. I think Schaumburg was pretty transparent about it. I think I got a good deal. Potentially that gives you room to get an extended warranty, and you don't have to buy those from the dealership that you are buying your truck at. I know there are literally guys like on the forums and stuff like that. Another shameless plug for 4gtaco.com, but there are people that I've seen that are literally Tacoma Toyota warranty guys, and I think I saw something like 6 years, 7 years, 70, 80,000 miles going for like a bare minimum of 1,500. So you can also negotiate your Toyota extended warranties, but that's a different topic in and of itself. Technically, you could allocate the money you saved there for an extended warranty and so on and so forth. Now, I would say overall, I love this truck. I love everything they've done to it. We'll touch on this in the next video that I do, which will be more of a 1 month, 2 month, call it 1,500 mile review. I've got about 900 miles on there, but I also don't want this video to take forever. And this is really just a process of me buying it and getting it and call it my first impression. So I love this truck. We've already got a bunch of parts here. We got some BAM bed stuff. We got peak suspension. We've got lock wheels, some tires, Perry parts, bump stops. I mean, a bunch of stuff. You can see me talking about this stuff more in detail on our social, trail_Tacoma on Instagram, on the trailtacoma.com website, obviously on the forum, and we're going to be making a bunch of YouTube videos. So if you're interested in all that stuff, follow along. This is just the beginning. We're going to keep it reasonable, but within the next 6 months, this thing is going to be bananas. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm super happy with it. I love the truck. Again, I've had several generations of Toyota. I think they did a really good job on this one. Longevity-wise, one, I have a global warranty. Then I have a powertrain warranty. And if you didn't know, Toyota actually warranties hybrid components 10 years, unlimited miles. So from my perspective, especially if you're getting the extended warranty, and even if you're not, I trust in the longevity of Toyota, and I'm not like a crazy good engineer like the guys at Toyota are. So I do believe in their abilities and also their responses as a brand, as we saw with the twin turbo motor issues and the transmission issues on the earlier Tacomas, which was months before I got this one, and that has been rectified. Toyota admitted to it, and right off the bat, they went to fixing it, recalling it. So I will continue to stand behind Toyota. It's always done me well. I don't think 4 cylinders and hybrids and all these things are the end of the world. And again, never thought I'd say like, oh, I'm buying a hybrid Tacoma, but it is what it is. The power is amazing. I love this truck, everything about it. There's really nothing, and I hate to say it, I don't miss the 3rd gen. I do because of a nostalgic value, but at the end of the day, life goes on, trucks come and go, and this is the new build, and this one will come and go as well. But I'm absolutely stoked. Thank you for following along. We're going to be dropping tons of videos on this stuff as we build it, as we explore with it, as we add new products, hoping to put a GFC on there and a bunch of other stuff to replicate my 3rd gen Tacoma build. We'll put on any of the relevant links in the description. If you guys have any questions, pricing, buying experience, whatever it might be, let me know. I'm here for it. Drop a comment, and we're happy to answer your questions. Again, thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one.